Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. Before we get into today's episode, we have to acknowledge that Paradox have announced the release date of the new DLC, All Under Heaven. All Under Heaven will be coming out on the 28th of October, which as of the time of recording is 19 days away. That's pretty soon. That's much sooner than pretty much everybody, myself included, thought it would be. Now there's a whole bunch of discussions we can have about why they're releasing it sooner, but the kind of end result of all of that for us is that this series kind of has a soft end date, and that soft end date is somewhere around the 28th of October. So I think what we need to do is we need to come up with some goals for the series that we want to achieve, so that we can focus on them if we're getting closer and closer to that date. So, what goals do I have? Well, if we could, I'd like to form the Archduchy of Austria. If we cannot form it, I will accept being a king via becoming the King of Jerusalem. I think that would be absolutely fine. And I'd want to try out the Coronation for that. After we've managed that, it would be nice to become the Holy Roman Emperor and then to see a coronation from that point of view. I'd also probably like to play through a character and see how the oaths play out. I think those are useful and interesting things to do. Beyond that, I don't have any specific goals for the series. I think that what we're probably going to end up doing is we're going to look at whenever we have a new character. It's like, is this the final character we're playing as? If yes, let's set some goals for that character, and then if we achieve them, that is us having achieved our goals for the series, right? I think that's probably going to be how we play things out, but we still have plenty of time. I mean, 19 episodes is quite a long time, given that we're only, 28 episodes into it. It's still an extra 2/3 of the series extra to go, so, there's quite a lot for the series up until this point to go. Anyway, oh yeah, somebody asked in between episodes, I forgot, I was almost about to move on to doing, our character stuff. Somebody asked if we could do a Conqueror check-in. Sure, why not? Do I have a preset? Nope. Okay. Conqueror. All. There we go. I was like, there are no Conquerors? We'll save this as Conk, although it probably will break on the, new patch whenever in 19 days, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So, we have the Gaznavdid, Conqueror here. Now, this is the person whose father was a conqueror and grandfather was a conqueror. Interesting. So they've inherited it 2 generations down. I thought Conqueror only went 1 generation down. Maybe it goes 2. Anyway, so they're still a conqueror, although there is an internal war for somebody's claim on Orissa. So yeah, this little bit here. So they've got a few problems, but they're still expanding. I mean, they're still massively expanding. Here we have the Zogbadids over here. So they have that land. Oh, they also have this land in here. So they've taken over a bit of Iberia, but their main source of land is in here. Now, it may look like they have a huge amount of land here. It may look like they're fantastically massive. Watch this. This is the land they actually have. And then here's all the desert in between that is counting as their land, right? So this is counted as their land, but it's worthless, essentially. So it looks like they're absolutely massive, but they're not quite as bad as it seems. But yeah, they're still, going strong. Next we have Yorubaland, but they seem to have an issue in that they have a conqueror to their north who's stronger. So yeah, they might expand a little bit in here, but they're not going to go crazy. We have Finland, who's continuing to expand down here into this area of the world, although they are dying. Is their parent a conqueror? They are. Well, I assume that we would be expecting the child who inherits to then be a conqueror here, but I don't know. Not entirely sure of the rules there, but essentially, Finland are still going to expand for some time. Then we have Maghreb, who we actually managed to fight off. I didn't realize we fought off a conqueror, but good job us. And they're losing in another war. Yeah, we probably stopped their expansion here single-handedly, which is good. And then we have the Seljuks, who I think are kind of expanding-ish, but like they're still pretty small. But this person's only 33, so this is only the start of the Conqueror expanding stuff here. So yeah, there's our Conqueror check-in. In terms of the world, not too much has changed since last time that we looked around it. I think Ireland wasn't like formed last time, maybe? Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't remember it being quite as like solid, but yeah, apart from that, yeah, Norway no longer controls England, but the rest of it's pretty much the same. Oh yeah, and Carpathia doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does, but like it doesn't. It's about to have an independence war from Mazovia and Poland, which looking at it is most of their remaining land. So yeah, not too much has changed, but anyway. Back to us. We are currently going to a coronation? Yes, we are going to a coronation. We are having a spear forged for us. And we are at some point going to be able to get a claim on our liege. And a strong hook is what we're looking for. Now, in order to get the strong hook, it has been pointed out that it would be better for us to fabricate hooks to get there. I'm aware. Problem is we can't fabricate hooks until we get this, right? Until we get level 1 schemer. Until then, we basically just have to sit and wait. But, you know, we can sit and wait. Tempting fruit. A road takes us through the treacherous parts of Schaumburg. While I scan for any dangers ahead, a rustling bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? As I brace myself for impact, Ferdinand jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant. You scared me, Ferdinand. Anyway, let's see what you have here. Some kind of fruit, I exclaim. Yes, and it looks and smells so delicious. I wonder what it tastes like. Maybe I'll just take a little bite. Let's say, wait a second. What if it's poisonous? It's harmless. Wonderful. Well, that's good. Oh, I was also going to merge our culture at some point. Should I do that now? I think I can do that now, right? We got Fervent Temple Builders finished. Acceptance is 72%, and we have a huge amount of prestige. You know what? This is the time to merge our culture. This is the perfect time. Let's do it. So, form a hybrid culture. So let's start with tradition. So we're going to have stand and fight now. Also, all vassals will convert is huge. So every single vassal will convert to this new culture. So we have stand and fight. Stationed men-at-arms toughness bonus for nomads. That doesn't matter for us, but all Bavarian characters get these bonuses, which are quite nice. A little extra toughness. We get the poet trait stuff from the French culture, which is cool. There's a whole bunch of extra bonuses in here. Rulers with poor education traits are distrusted. Loyal trait is more valued. Fervent temple builders. Constructing temples gives much more fervor. Grants significant prestige from constructing temple holdings. Traits such as Insightful Thinker, Wise Man, Humble, and especially Zealous give temple construction bonuses. Okay. Temple holdings can be upgraded one era early, and temple holdings can be constructed by tribal rulers. Chivalry gives you options to spar against knights and gives you renown for romance. And then Strong Believers means that Zealous and Humble are more common, and characters are less likely to accept conversion. Also unlocks some stuff for Nomadic, which doesn't matter. So yeah, we're going to get all of that. Aesthetics, I think it's all fine. We'll share the names, which I think is okay. Continental Europe is okay. Architecture is okay. It's the same outfit, so it doesn't matter. And I'm fairly certain that the coat of arms are identical as well. So it's just the names really that are merging. And in here, what are we going to choose? What are we going to choose in terms of this stuff? Do we want this one or this one? I think it makes sense for us to be spiritual, right? Piety makes a lot of sense here. Faith creation and reformation, I don't think we really need. Minority vassal opinion. What's this one? House opinion, court grandeur opinion. What? Both of them lower minority vassal opinion, interestingly. Huh. Okay. I think spiritual makes a lot more sense for our character. Means we have to pick something from the other side here. I think Central Germanic makes a lot more sense, given where we are located. which means I guess we're speaking the oil vulgar. Yes, that makes sense. We discover 2 new innovations, which are household soldiers and chronicle writing, which we get from Bavarian, which also means all of our vassals who are converting will get the French innovations. And then I think the rest of this is fine. I just need to choose a name. Also, what color we got? We got grey and blue. Grey and blue, so it should be kind of something like... We want to merge the colors. We're looking at something like this, maybe? Yeah, like it's slightly bluish grey. We go for something a little bit like that. I'm trying to find something that'll be okay on the map. Yeah, let's go for something maybe a little bit more blue than that. Oh, never mind. That is more blue. I guess I want to go this way. There we go. A little bit. Yeah, maybe something like that. Is that exactly the same color as French? Yes, I think it is. Okay, let's lighten it a little bit. Yeah, let's go with this. There we go. That's not a color that's already used. Might be the same as Welsh, but let's ignore that. Okay, and we need a new name for our culture. So it reckons Bavaro-French. I kind of feel like it should be Franco-Bavarian. Does that sound right? That sounds right to me. I think it should be Franco-Bavarian. Now, oh, it's Bavarian. I think I added an extra R to it. Bavarian. Yeah. Which would make... that would make the collective noun Franco-Bavarian. Well, the prefix is Franco-Bavarian. And then this would also be Franco-Bavarian. They are a Franco-Bavarian. I guess that makes sense. These are the Franco-Bavarian. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. I'm just going through it in my head. I'm like, does that sound correct? I think it does. Yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know if Franco is correct, but it's what we're going with. Yeah, Bavarian. Let's go with that. Oh no, it seems too long though. Maybe it looks better if I put one of these in here. That does look a little nicer. I gotta say, that does look a little nicer. Just doing that. Yeah, see, that aesthetically is more pleasing than the full name. Yeah, let's do that. That's all okay. That's all okay. Central Germanic heritage means that we'll be getting bonus opinion with the people in this area, which makes a lot more sense than Frankish. Language has to be this language if we're going spiritual. So the only way we could have High German is if we started with ceremonious. But I think that, yeah, I think I prefer this. Yeah, done. Form hybrid culture. Doesn't even cost us that much, really. The Franco-Bavarian hybridization. Spurred on, I was just checking that everything seemed like it was written correctly. Spurred on by positive relations and increased cultural exchange, the Bavarian and French peoples have grown increasingly close over the years. Now individuals from these societies have begun to view themselves not only as one or the other, but as both simultaneously, a new Franco-Bavarian culture. Bavarian traditions and values form the backbone of this new culture, while various French attributes have been adapted and integrated to meet the needs of their new society. Basically just the language, weirdly. With the Franco-Bavarian people now looking to me for guidance, it's time to set the stage for our shared future. To a new age, a new era, and a new people. And, of course, we become the cultural head because we are the highest ranking person of the culture. And our land specifically converted, which is nice. like this land in here converted. The problem is that we do have a few bits of land over here that have not yet converted, like Ottoberg. So I think that your first move is going to be to promote our culture in Ottoberg. It's only going to take 4 years because it's recently, newly formed hybrid culture bonus. Fantastic. Yeah, because it's only recently been created. That also means, by the way, that we can increase the size of all of our men-at-arms, because one of the new innovations we got was a men-at-arms innovation, which is cool. I'm also assuming that that means that the thing that we're building in Babenberg here is going to get a bonus, because we are now we now have fervent temple builders, right? So we should get extra bonuses on that. And if we have a look at it, I think we do. Maybe? Yeah, so we get a fervor bonus, and I think we get extra prestige as well. So yeah, we're getting quite a lot of bonuses for creating it, which is cool. Anyway, and that's our new culture. Now, we can't reform it, so if I wanted to change something... Wait, I can reform it? I thought you couldn't reform on a new culture, but I guess you can. Okay, we should immediately reform it then. Yeah. Oh, I also get to choose what we're researching. What do I want to research? I don't know. Urbanization is really good. Guilds is really good. Windmills is really good. Men-at-arms is also really good. I might go men-at-arms for now. Yeah, it's going to be about 11 years to get it, but let's go men-at-arms. Okay. And then I am going to reform our culture to add in a new tradition, because we have a spot free. Also, I could change this in theory. Nope. I would need to have female only, female preference, or equal law. So that's the reason to change your succession laws, so that you can, if you go equal, then you can have equal martial custom, which is a lot more impactful. Just to further answer a question we had before. Let's look for anything religious. That seems like the kind of thing that we would add. Bound by faith. Only characters of the same faith can inherit. Has absolutely no benefit to us, but does actually seem kind of cool. By the sword, no limits in number of kingdom level holy wars that can be declared by any one ruler. That's fantastic if you're all about expanding. Don't think we need concubines. Don't think we need culinary artists. Frequent festivities. You can make it so you can do feasts more often. It's interesting. Linguists. Successfully executing a learned language learned language scheme gives significant prestige. Each level of devotion gives learned language success chance. Each known language increases fabricate claim on county speed by 10%. Rulers of this culture want to learn languages spoken by co-religionists. So people who are fellow followers of the same religion. I think linguists actually sounds like that fits our character really well. Like that's pretty much what we did anyway. Religious patronage. Look how much piety you can get from religious holdings. Gain renown when constructing and upgrading temple holdings as well. Gain access to consolidate rule decision for empires. Ooh. Sacred hunts as well is kind of interesting, given the fact that we have hunter stuff. I like linguists. I also like religious patronage. I think this is the right section for us. Linguist is really cheap. This is not. Why? Culture must have 5 or more rulers of your faith with the zealous trait. There aren't that many people in our culture, so that'll be why we don't have it. Okay. I don't think we care about the fabricate claim. I think if we did care about this, this would be a lot more valuable to me. I'm going to choose religious patronage. It fits us very well. Gives us renown when constructing and upgrading temple holdings, which is huge. Piety from temple holdings, piety from buildings in general. This is the kind of legacy I think our character would leave. So that'll be finished in 5 years. Wow, that's really quick, isn't it? Maybe it's not, but... Wait, yeah, no, that is really quick compared to how long it took to get the other one in. I wonder what scales that, actually. I wonder why it's 5 years here. Oh, number of counties is a 0% thing on it. Ah, okay, so it's probably because there was a lot of Bavarian counties, it took longer to integrate. I see, but because there's only a very small number of Franco-Bavarian, or Bavarian, yeah, it's taken less. Okay, Well, that's fine. Yeah, cool. That all seems good to me. Let's continue on our trip, now that we've done that. Poor soul. As the procession rolls through the streets of Ansbach, I spot a peasant walking along the side of the road with no shoes. His feet are bloodied and swollen. He clearly must have been walking for a long time. As I pass him, I look closely at his face, the sad eyes and the grimace of pain. Perhaps I could help somehow. Oh, I'll get him some shoes. With shoes now covering his calloused feet, the peasant gives me a knowing smile and walks to match my pace. You are a good and kind Duchess, and that kindness will be rewarded. I am Theitmar of House von Urselen, and I always reward those with kind hearts. It would seem this man is not a peasant at all, but a noble of great wealth. If you say so. I'll take your money. Yeah, definitely. I don't like going through the disease, but I guess we're going to go through it because I want to go to this coronation. I could get on the boats and go round. How long have I got? Like how long have I got till it starts? 5 months till it begins. And how long is it going to take for me to get there? What I'm wondering is, if I customize my route, right? I can go out here and then go round. Couldn't I? I would have to effectively go to... Yeah, I could go to Ypres and then come round here. I suppose that's fine, yeah. If it will let me. Let's clear these out of the way. I'm instead going to go to there. Ah, but then I have to take the sea danger. No, cancel that. We're going to yeah, we're going to there. That's fine. Okay. Also, I'm noticing here I don't need to go there. I need to go to Forbach. Why? Because Forbach's apparently quicker. Because it recalculated that route to be quicker. Okay. Cool. We're going through the disease. We're going to take the danger for that. It's fine. To blindly chase a wild creature, launching arrow after arrow or spurring ever harder. Futile, laughs Mir Weichard of Deggendorf, my renowned knight. Beasts can be cunning. They scent the stalker on approach, scatter before the hunting pack, and turn violent when cornered. Bringing down quarries means knowing them and their willness well, and once the horn is sounded, never relenting. Most skilled of hunters is Weichard. In his company, my son Eudes is coming to know the ways of Brod's creatures, and the ways of outwitting them. Cool. Good job. Person of interest to you, Jutta von Babenberg died of old age. Jutta is Otto's... Okay, so this was the monk. Or the... Yeah, this was the nun. Oh, so she's just died. So our first character's bastard child has died, and that's the last of the siblings. Oh, wow. Njindrich, I have you no longer marked. I should have your son Vido in there. There we go. Let's just swap these people around. Send gift. Greetings, my benign liege. Please accept this humble gift. It's not much, but I hope that it is of use to our continued friendship. Alright. Thanks. Appreciate it. I guess. Sounds good to me. Okay. Continue walking our way through the disease. Okay. Kaiser Andreas II is being attacked by Duke Bertoldo for an independence war for Verona, Lombardy, and Provence. And whatever this is. Wow. Okay. What's the map mode I'm looking for? Shift F. Okay. Yeah, so these are the people currently in revolt against who want to break free. Alright. Not that many people, but there's still quite a few. Yeah, wait a second. Is that a Duchy of Lombardy? What I'm missing? Oh yeah, Duke of Lombardy. Yeah. It's not a huge amount of land the Duke holds then. That's fine. I was thinking Lombardy. I was expecting it to be huge, but it wasn't. So, There we go. God's branch has low durability. I'll repair it. That's fine. Okay. We've arrived at the Coronation. So, who else is here? So we have Guntbald of Salzburg. We have Hans of Lotharingia. We have Teobaldo of Frisia. Frisia is held by House Savoy? Interesting. Anyway, and then we have us. 3 months till it begins. Let's go speed 5. Inspiration realized. My lady, I've toiled over the forge many days and nights, but my work is finally done. He presents me with an object wrapped in cloth, and as I unveil what is hidden within, my eyes grow wide. A long spear of masterful craftsmanship. The wrought iron head has been etched to feature different Catholic motifs, and then mounted on an elegant maple shaft that has been varnished to give it a rich, dark shine. 11 prowess, 2 extra knights, and 12% knight effectiveness. This is lovely. It is a very, very, very good spear. I am going to equip it, even if God's Branch is probably better for our learning stat, but like, that's a lot of prowess. That makes our character a god fighter just from having this weapon. And look at that. That is insanely good. It's going to tell me I don't have enough knights. That's just because it hasn't calculated who should be a knight yet. Also, you... Wait, is that saying he's at level 2? What does the 2 at the bottom here mean? Because he's at level 1, not at level 2. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Where are we? Yeah, spear. It needs a name. We need a name for our spear. So it God's Branch. Let's see what we got here. Catholic motifs. I don't know. We're probably going to call it Holy something. Could be the Holy Spear. For now, it'll be the Holy Spear. Suggestions, if you have a better suggestion, which you likely will, but for now, it'll just be the Holy Spear. Right. Oh, who's supporting? Hans of Lotharingia, Zutphen, and Dietrich, my friend. Ah, okay. On the other side is Emo, Magnus, and Arnulfo. I guess I probably want to support. For now, though, we'll say we do it in the presence of God here, and I will offer my support. There we go. He accepted our petition. The dreaded Franconian fire has been on everyone's lips as of late, none more so than the clergy of the kingdom. Why has God punished the kingdom so, some lament? Is the queen cursed, ask others. Such concerns seem to affect Margrave Guntbald most of all. He has spent the day in deeply worried prayer. So, I can say I shall have a word with him, which is due to our support intent. The Queen would no doubt appreciate a reminder of her divine mandate. So we can potentially try to make him loyal, although he's Salzburg, not her vassal, which would just make a lot more sense if he was going to be her vassal. That stops him being a detractor. I'll pray with him as a sister in God, because of my faith. Okay. Or distance seems prudent. I'll pray. That's fine. Regent furthered mandate and raised development growth, but lowered control growth somewhere. It's not ideal. Wait, where are we in? Yep. Forgetting what menu I was about to go into with that. I was about to go in here and check. Yeah, so you're on that. Yeah, free domain development. Okay, cool. Took me a second to remember what I was doing. Duchess Haley Ermengarde, this is Margrave Guntbald. I believe you two would find much common ground. He can bring down a foe of any kind, perhaps. So I can lay with him? I don't think I'm going to do that, personally, given I'm about to attack him at some point. Friend? No. Try and be friends with Gerda, maybe? Or I'm a friend to all. Let's try and be a friend with Gerda. Yeah. A gift worthy of a queen. I'll speak to the clergy on her behalf, as we do for everyone. In your glorious light. Good Duchess, may I be so bold as to ask what your thoughts are on the celebration? I have no doubt that Queen Gerda's rule will be one of love and justice. Long may she reign. We have a quiet moment to ourselves where we will ask for... Yeah, we'll ask for God to not forsake for Frisia. I think we already have the other bonuses anyway. A prisoner died? Oh, right. Yeah. Maybe I should sort out my prisoners. Yeah. Wait, Pedro? Pedro, you can be released for a... You know what? You can convert, and then you can be released. Odelard, you can convert. You're already Catholic. I mean, you know, you can leave for a hook. You worth any money? No? Yeah, you can leave for a hook. You've been in prison for 4 years. You don't want a hook. You know what? Federico, if you don't want to leave my prison, you don't have to leave my prison. Just checking. Nah, they don't want me to execute him. Yeah, you can just stay in my prison. I'm not going to recruit you. I won't be blackmailed like that. Alright, you got the 3 ascents. And the holy oil. And then they are crowned. Okay, I need to sort it. Do this so it stops closing and reopening. Okay, Queen's consort gets his things. And the oath. A ruler must do more than defend borders. They must make a life worth living within them. I will guard the realm, I will guard the peace, tend the realm, and plan not for war but for growth. From Holland, I will see Frisia through a new golden age. Cool. Liege's war ended. He won against the uprising. Well done, him. Okay. So now we get the feast. Delightful treat. Oh, of course, we're going to try. I didn't manage to get hooked again. I know what I said, I just don't understand why you find it so funny. Count Jacob cocks his head to the side while I withhold my chortle. I haven't told him what he said could be interpreted as something lewd. She had a lovely chest on display in the courtroom. I may not be alone in thinking it is funny either. Ellie keeps spat out some of his drink when Count Jacob repeated himself. The two could share the same kind of crude humour as I, or they could be offended by it. I won't know what either thinks until I speak up. Oh, definitely not going to speak up. Definitely not. That's not our kind of thing to do. Feeding panic. Digging into my sumptuous fresh quail, I look up to cries of indignation. It seems our host neglected to account for food for all the guests. Well, let's see. I'm going to say rein in these fools. To drink and be merry. Yeah, we're not going to pay for wine for this person. We've had that event every single time. Unconcerned with any etiquette, my fellow vassal King Han slaps me on the back. I mean it, I'll do anything you ask of me, anything at all, ask me and it is done. I can smell the alcohol on Hans's breath, but the promise has been noted by every guest present. I'll take the hook. I'll take the man of his word hook. Mutual spirits. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Podesta Lucio. Okay, a fellow vassal in Urbino. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, it seems we have a lot in common. Oh, okay, cool. The celebration is over. Cultural acceptance has gone up, and sworn oath is to ensure peace. Okay, cool. You're no longer my wet nurse, but I'm assuming that's because I have no more children left. Coronation is over, and always the curious and knowledge-hungry child, Eleanor has shown an affinity for scholarship from an early age. An avid learner, she has become quite the purveyor of knowledge and has proven herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Duke Eustache's contributions towards Eleanor's education cannot go unmentioned. His guidance has helped the child reach further than I could have alone. This is now an astute intellectual child, and she is betrothed to Carpathia. Although, like, he's slightly less important than he used to be. Although, I guess his grandparent is still the king of Galicia Volnea, and his brother is still the king of Wallachia. So, I mean, like, it's not like he's completely powerless. And his niece is the Empress of Carpathia, right? He's still a very well-connected person to marry like to marry to get alliances, but anyway. Do you want an alliance with Bohemia? Yeah, I'll take my alliance with Bohemia. Tuscany? Yeah, I'll take that as well, while everyone's willing to give me alliances. Cool. Right. We're still working on our intrigue lifestyle experience. Call to war? I should have checked that, really, before I offered an alliance. That's why he's willing to accept. You're attacking King Primzil in the war for Prince Zabenek's claim on the Kingdom of Bohemia. Okay, and you're winning. Yeah, I'll join. What do you need me to do? Need me to siege? Probably, right? What am I at war against? This bit. I could siege this land that's over here in Austria. That isn't in the disease. That would seem like a good idea. Right. Hey, you've improved the Tusk of the Munchin Boar. Hostile scheme phase length is now 2 days. I think it was 1 day previously. Oh, it's now sped up by 2 days? Incredible. Call to war? Against this person who's currently in prison. Okay. I accept, I guess. Wait, you're about to lose this war. Wait, how did you lose it? What happened? Oh, right. You just lost a battle. Trailside Bond. My friend Gilberto and my courtier Agatha are working together to cross a wide grassland-fed river. And they got along well. Fantastic. They're now friends. Well, that's that war over. And the other war invalidated. Well, okay, our alliance with Bohemia is gone, I guess. Because now it's King Zabenek of Bohemia. Who is the child of King Zastita, who is the grandchild of Frederick II, who is the last one I recognize here. Okay. Do I still have an alliance though, right? Because I have an alliance. Presumably he didn't lose all of his land. Yeah, of Praha. So he still holds Prague, although he is about to die of smallpox, so... Oh, as is my niece. Lovely. Anyway. He may not be as of noble stock as you, my liege, but on my name I swear that Velf is someone you would want on your side. Alright. I trust you. And now we're making our way back. We have arrived back. Wonderful. I've dismissed my regent. Let me just check something about regent. Does it stay? Yeah, he stays as regent. That's fine. Just want to double check that. Barns and storehouses finished. Okay, that's fine. So here, I could upgrade to the next level. Get farmsteads. Yeah, which gives us a little bit of development growth. Sure. Okay. Next, we're still working on this. There's somewhere nearby we can go for intrigue. Let's just have a little look at this. So I'm just gonna choose pilgrimage because I can choose somewhere that's far away, right? I just want to have a look around the map. Diplomacy, stewardship. Diplomacy, martial. Stewardship, learning. Learning. Stewardship, martial. Stewardship, learning. Martial. Stewardship. Martial. I swear that these can be intrigue. Just apparently none of these are. Wandering. Learning, diplomacy. Intrigue! Okay, so there's an intrigue one there. Weirdly, intrigue looks like a book, according to that. Although I don't know. I think it's related to the building more than anything else. Anything up here? Martial, stewardship. Anything over here? No. We get an extra bonus for going here? Yeah, we get a little extra. It must be... Oh, I guess it's because it's a holy site. That makes sense. You get intrigue for going to St. Johnston. It's quite a long way. It's quite a long way for 150 like intrigue experience, I should say. I'm kind of looking for somewhere that has like a big amount of intrigue. I don't think that exists. How about over here? Jerusalem? 2 learning. Intrigue. There's intrigue in Cairo. Anything else over here? That's a lot of learning, but... Nope. There just isn't much intrigue lifestyle experience around the map, unfortunately. Not as much as you would want, anyway. How long is it going to take us to learn level 1? Because we only need level 1, and then we're done. 15 months. So 15 months, so any increase would be nice in theory. Let's... Wait, I could reject my inheritance? Gain Gallivanter. What do fresh titles hold for me? Naught but further shackles of duty and unearned wealth binding the soul tight. When I want such fripperies, I shall simply take them myself. You'll still be able to gain land by methods other than succession, like war or through the purchase land interaction. It's because I have the carefree perk. Oh! Never taken this. Okay. It's a Gallivanter. I don't know if I've ever seen the AI have this thing on. It's a huge negative to opinion. But that would mean that we're no longer in line to Jerusalem if we did that. Which is tempting. It's tempting. Do I care that much? I don't know. Well, what's the current health of you? Fine. Also, I just noticed here, we have the ability to eat the hashish cakes. Because I have a secret stash, I see. Uh-huh, cool. I'm not going to do that, but it's interesting. Okay. Just thinking about whether I want to make it so that I don't, yeah, so that I don't inherit. So it's definitely an option. I think a feast could give us intrigue lifestyle experience. Hear me out. A feast has the event where you can choose between 2 people and get lifestyle experience. So if I invite enough people to a feast, I should be able to get intrigue lifestyle. I think so, yeah. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we do a feast. Guess we should hold it in Ottoburg, because that's where our pleasure palaces are. Do I need these to go to Ottoburg? No, I can just go. Okay. I could make the Kaiser my honorary guest. Be good if I want to try and get a claim on him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go all out on this feast and make him my honorary guest. And my goal is to... befriend, maybe? The Kaiser? Yeah. Let's do that. Let's see how that goes. Start a feast. Cool. And that is where I'm going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.